Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to teach a little bit of a Hatha yoga approach to yoga. We're going to be starting off lying down on our back today, and I want you to get a sense of what it's like to practice yoga without so much of a focus on the vinyasa flow. So a lot of the classes that I teach tend to focus on the flow, but today I wanted to go back to kind of how I started, with a little more of a steady holding practice, a little less about consistently moving, but instead focusing on just steady breathing. So I want you to be mindful of taking your time, really refining, and we're going to spend a little bit of time focusing on the hips, okay? So we are going to start on our bellies, so I'm just going to scooch myself back together. Not on our bellies, on our back. I keep saying that. Maybe that's a sign that I should be doing some more extension. So we're going to go ahead and exhale, lie down on our backs, relax the arms, and walk your heels in towards your buttocks, releasing tension. And with your hands on your belly, just allow yourselves to feel your belly rise and fall. Maintaining neutral spine, so make sure before we go any further that you avoid tilting your tailbone up or tucking it down or pressing the lower back in. You just want to keep the natural curves of your spine. And let your head drop a little bit to the right. With your eyes closed, just finding your breath here. And inhale, bring the nose to center. Let's just exhale, turn in the opposite direction. Good, now return the head to center. And feel relaxation along the spine. So we want to feel like we're about to start a practice, but we're also checking in, relaxing, letting go of tension. And just slow, deep, steady breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Good, now let's go ahead and inhale, reach the arms up toward the ceiling, fingertips reach up, plug your shoulders in. And now we're going to inhale, reach the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, turn the palms up and take a great big stretch, reaching through the heels of the palms, yet gliding the shoulders down the spine. Now inhale, reach the palms up toward the ceiling, line up with your shoulders. And then exhale, turn the palms up and release the arms down. Good. Relax the shoulders, press them back for a moment, keep the ribcage and belly in. Then exhale, turn the palms down on either side of your hips, maybe touch into the heels of the feet or the ankles of the feet here. Let's go ahead and take an articulated bridge. So we're going to inhale, tilt the tailbone up. Now you're going to imprint the low back. As you exhale, press into the feet, squeeze the buttocks, peel the lower back up, the middle back up, and the upper back up. You're going to keep your head on straight. You're going to make sure that the hip points are aiming straight up, so you might want to place your hands on your hip points and track the knees directly in line with the hip points, so the knees are avoiding splaying out or in. You're going to press your hands down into the mat, squeeze the buttocks, and pull the belly in. So we're not going for the biggest chest expansion. Instead, we're connecting the core, connecting to the rib cage. Keep drawing the shins forward, knees forward, and the heels toward you, and press into the length of both arms. Then we'll exhale, tilt the tailbone up, lower the middle back, lower back, hips, and buttocks. Now from here, let's inhale, bring the right knee into the chest, wrap your arms around the hamstring or shin, lengthen the right buttock away from you, take a little stretch. Feel the body start to warm up. Now we're going to exhale, curl the upper body up, nose toward or to the right knee, draw the shoulders down, the spine, lengthen the back of the neck. And while you're here, let's extend the right leg up, hold on to the right hamstring, calf, ankle, or foot, and drawing maybe that shin toward the forehead. Keep lengthening the right buttock away. And then if you wish to grow this deeper, straighten the left leg out, lengthen it along your mat. Breathe. Try to relax the shoulders, and instead of pulling the leg towards you, try to curl up using your belly muscles. Flexing your right foot. Now we're going to exhale, release the head, bend both knees, and bring both feet to the ground. Take a moment here. Inhale. And exhale. Now on the next in-breath, bring the left knee into your chest, wrap your arms around the left hamstring or shin, flexing your left foot. Then on the next exhalation, let's curl the upper body up, nose toward or to that left knee. Drop the shoulders, lengthen the back of the neck. Keep lengthening your left buttock away. Now inhale, if you wish to extend your left leg up, hold on to the hamstring, calf, or foot, drawing the left leg towards you as you lengthen your left buttock away. Maybe the forehead goes to the shin. If you want to make this a little deeper, straighten out your right leg, dropping it down on the ground. Breathe. Try to relax the shoulders down the spine. Another couple of slow, steady breaths. Then we'll exhale, release the spine. Bend both knees, bringing the feet to the mat. Now let's bring both legs into tabletop, knees over the hips, heels slightly higher than the knees. Reach the arms on either side of your body. You're just going to float the arms up. And exhale, take a little bit of a curl up, holding here. Drawing the shoulders down the spine, lengthening the back of the neck, looking towards your belly. Start to warm up into the low belly. So let's inhale, extend the legs away, flexing the feet. And then exhale, bend the knees, bringing the knees back to that tabletop shape. Inhale out. Exhale it in. Again, inhale out. Exhale in. 2 more times, keeping your curl. Inhale out. Exhale in. Good, last time. Inhale out. Exhale in. Now release your curl, release your feet. Should feel your belly there. Now, once again, going to keep the feet to the ground. This time, exhale, curl your upper body up. And I'd like you to take a side bend to your right, reaching your right hand toward the right foot. Keeping the rest of your body still and straight. Inhale, return to center. Then exhale, reach the left fingertip toward the left pinky toe. A little bit of a side bend to the left. Inhale, return to center. Again, exhale to the right. Keep both hips stable and heavy. Inhale, center, and then exhale to the left. Inhale, center. One more time like this. Exhale to your right. Inhale, center, and exhale to your left. Inhale, center. Now keeping the curl, bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around the hamstrings or shins. Inhale, sit on up, and then exhale, come up to all fours. So we're going to place the wrists directly underneath the shoulders and the knees directly underneath the hips. Draw the shoulders back. We're going to tuck the toes. Exhale, tilt the tailbone between the thighs, hollow out your belly, round your thoracic spine, rock back slightly in an angry cat. Then inhale, point your toes, lengthen your tailbone, unfurl your spine cow. And again, exhale, tuck your toes, hollow out your belly, round your thoracic spine, rock back slightly in cat. Then inhale, point your toes, lengthen your tailbone, unfurl the spine cow. One more time like this. Exhale, tuck toes, hollow out your belly, round your thoracic spine, rock back slightly, cat. Then inhale, point your toes, lengthen your tailbone, unfurl your spine, shoulders back, chest forward, cow. Now we're going to return to neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift the hips up and draw the heels back into a downward facing dog pose. Send your seat back and up, and draw the chest toward the thighs. So here we're going to spread our fingers out wide, hands are shoulder width apart, you're spiraling your triceps inward. Draw your shoulders back, lengthen your spine, and connect to your breath. Inhale, and exhale. Feel the belly button pull in and up. You're looking back at your feet. Make sure that the feet are hip width and parallel. Feel the stretch along the hamstrings and the back body. Keep looking back at your feet, sending your chest in the direction of your shins. So there's a couple of little tricks here I want you to try. So typically in down dog, we draw the chest toward the thighs and we lengthen through the back line. If you need to lift your heels or bend your knees, that's always fine. Now what I want you to try is shift your weight forward a little bit. So get your hips kind of forward of those ankles. Breathe. Like you're building in a spinal extension. So notice I'm going to drop my rib cage, lift my gaze up. Now I'm going to bend my knees and line the knees up directly underneath the hips. Make sure the knees are tracking hip width apart. And I'm going to draw my buttocks back, pushing into my hands. I'm going to pull my belly in as I exhale. I'm going to stay here for a little bit. Notice my chest is going forward. My shoulders are going back. My buttocks is going back. Breathe. Now staying here, drop the heels. So notice my upper body didn't change. So now we're going to inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet, knees directly underneath the hips, pull the belly in. Inhale, drop the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, pull the belly in. Inhale, drop the heels. Now exhale, send the chest toward the thighs, push away from gravity, lengthen your spine. Notice how you can usually capture a little more length by doing that. Breathe. So down dog is great for stretching out the back body and strengthening the front body. Breathe. If your heels don't come down, remember it's fine to be on the balls of the feet. You just want to keep drawing your buttocks back. Now the transition here is going to be into a standing forward fold. So we're going to walk halfway up the mat, try to heel ball toe your feet. So your ankles are directly underneath your hips. Then you're just going to walk your hands back to your feet. If you can't touch the ground, hands can go to the shins, but I do want you to close that circuit. Don't want you just hanging out. Soften your knees. Send the chest towards your thighs. So right now my weight's in my heels. I want you to slowly start to transfer the weight forward a little bit onto the balls of the feet, although the heels sink down. Take your hands to your calves, draw your shoulders back, hug your inner elbows in, and soften your chest towards your thighs. Find your breath. Try to line those hips up directly over the ankles, so that maybe you need to go a little more forward as you hinge a little deeper into yourselves. Inhale and exhale. Avoid letting the heels roll in or out. Keep them parallel. Now we're going to inhale the spine halfway up, hands to the shins. Shoulders are back, seat is back, belly is in, chest is forward. Notice I'm really lifting my belly in and up. Weight's going to be a little bit more into the balls of the feet. I want you to try this. So keeping your spine long, pull your belly in again as you exhale. See if your fingertips will touch down without you changing the alignment of the spine. If you need to drop down, then I want you to go back to hands to shins to keep the length. If you have long hands like I do and long fingers, then you can stay here. Lengthen through both sides of the waist, draw the buttocks back. Good. Now we're going to transition into something that some instructors don't teach. I like it. It comes from my Pilates background as well. If it's done correctly, if you don't have too many low back issues, although I do have herniations, it still works for me. I'm going to teach you a way to do it that's really safe. So you're going to soften your knees to a bend, in essence. Notice my spine hasn't changed. Keeping my spine long and I'm pulling my belly in. Now I'm going to transfer my weight into my heels. Notice how my body rocks back. And I'm going to lift my toes up and keep the balls of the feet down. Now I'm going to drape my upper body over my lower body and let my arms go limp, palms face up, fingers face back. Shift the weight into the buttocks, drop the buttocks down a little lower, drop the chin towards your chest, step into the heels, and slowly keeping the rounded spine, inhale, stack the lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, neck, and head. Now from here, we're all going to turn to face the long side of our mat, okay? So usually in a vinyasa, we're often facing short side. So today I want you to be here facing the long side of the mat. So we're going to go ahead and start from mountain pose, hands on either side of your body. Draw the shoulders back and down, lengthen the spine, and root both feet. Connect to your breath. Rock back and forth a little bit, just find your center. Good. Keep pulling your belly in. Now from here, we're going to step our legs out, so wider than hip width apart. Pulling the abdominals in, lengthen the tailbone straight down. Make sure that the toes point straight ahead and they're in line with one another. Hands are going to go to the hips. Now we're going to go ahead and turn the right toes out. Straighten out the right leg. Keep those hips squared center. The left toes are going to turn in. So the heel's going to go out, toes are going to turn in. Notice that my hips are still centered. Now we're going to start to hinge at the hip. Notice that you heard that pop there. I'm going to lean over my right leg. I'm going to take my hand to my right thigh and my left hand to my left hip. Notice how I'm stacking the shoulder over the hip. All right, so the shoulder is aligned straight over the left hip, so I'm creating a long line. So that's option one, tuck the right seat underneath you, soften the right knee. So notice my knee is not locked out. It's not here in its locked position, it's soft. Now I'm going to slide my right hand down my right leg, maybe onto my shin. I'm going to keep leaning back like I'm going ahead and pressing up against a wall, and I'm going to reach my left arm up. I'm going to lengthen through both sides of the waist. Now maybe I can come down to the top of my foot. Notice I'm dropping my right rib cage down toward the mat, keeping the left side of my body long. And I can actually go to the inside of my right foot here and add a little more twist. Be where your body allows. Lengthen through both sides of the waist, avoid shortening. Avoid creating a C-spine. Tuck that right seat underneath you. Breathe. Keep dragging that left heel away from you. Lengthen the neck. Make sure it doesn't drop like a broken rose, right? We want to keep that neck long. We're going to stay low. We're going to exhale, bend the right knee. Stay there for a moment. Then inhale, straighten out the right leg without locking it out. 2 more times like this. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten. And 1 more time. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten. Look at your heels and make sure they're roughly heel-heel alignment. Connect to your breath. Now from here, soften the right knee. We're going to pull into the belly. We're going to inhale, open the arms up. Exhale, release the arms down, hands to hip. Bring the toes to face forward. Line the toes up with one another. Now turn the left toes out. Turn the right heel out, right toes in. Hips are squared center, chest is still squared center. Breathe. Good, so I have a heel-heel alignment, front heel, back heel alignment. Now I'm going to start to go ahead and hinge over that left hip, lengthen both sides of the waist. Notice I'm trying to keep my spine nice and long. Then I'm going to take my left hand to my left thigh, right hand to the right hip. Lean back. Keep your head on straight. Keep that right shoulder stacked over the right hip. Soften the left knee. Then maybe slide the hand down the left shin. Keep lengthening the spine, so start to drop that left rib cage down. Maybe you go to your left foot, maybe to the inside of the left foot. Lean back, reach your right arm up. Make sure that you align the wrist over the shoulder. Look up toward the ceiling. Lengthen both sides of the waist and avoid locking out that left knee. Breathe. Now we're going to stay low. We're going to exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten without locking out. Again, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. One more time. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Start to engage your abdominals. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the arms. Turn the toes forward. So that was a Trikonasana triangle pose sequence. Let's go into a little bit of warrior two. So this time, the right toes turn out. The left heel is going to turn out, but we're going to line up the right heel with the left arch. We're going to sink into the right hip as we exhale. So I'm going to come up another time and then come back down. Lift your chest, square the shoulders over those hips, open the arms out to T. Make sure you're in the same plane, right? Front arm, back arm. Look over the right shoulder. Look beyond your right middle finger. And then look down to make sure you see the right big toe. So track the right knee toward the pinky toe side of your right foot. Breathe, lift your chest. Bend that right knee deeply. See if you can get your right hamstring parallel to the mat. Keep tucking that right seat underneath you. Connect to your breath. Now we're going to take the left arm down the left leg. Inhale, the right arm rises for exalted warrior. Turning your right palm down, look up toward the right palm. Keep bending the right knee and tracking it to the right. Connect to your breath. Fan that right rib cage out. Feel the left obliques work as the right side stretches. Good, now inhale. Return to warrior two. Then we're going to exhale, take the right forearm to the right thigh, lengthen through both sides of the waist, let that right rib cage dip a little bit, then reach your left arm up and over in line with your face, rotating your right rib cage up toward the ceiling, looking up, side angle. If you want to take this a little deeper, right hand down to the inside of the right foot, and go a little deeper into the stretch, feeling the stretch along the left side of your body. Keep tucking your right seat underneath you, connect to your breath. Keep plugging that left shoulder in. Now inhale, reach the left arm up. Next in-breath, the spine comes up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, return your feet back to center. Now we're going to sit up the other side. Turn the left toes out. Turn the right heel out, right toes in. So it's left heel in line with the right arch. We're going to bend the left knee. And I'm just going to adjust a couple times, come up and down a little bit. Good. I'm going to tuck the left seat underneath me. Drive through the right heel. Open the arms to T, checking both sides. Now I'm going to look beyond my left middle finger. Look for my left big toe. If I can't see it, I'm tracking my knee to the left. And I'm going to get down into the pose. Notice I'm stacking my chest over my hips, pelvis. I'm pulling my belly in. I'm avoiding sticking my booty out by tucking my left seat underneath me. Now we're going to inhale, reach the right arm down the right leg. Left arm rises into exalted warrior. You might have different mobility on either side. Fan the right rib cage out. Find your breath. It's a little harder to breathe in this pose. Keep dragging the right heel away from you. Then inhale, open the arms out to T. Get into your warrior two once again. Keep lifting your chest. Now we're going to exhale, lean forward, bring the left forearm to the left thigh. Reach your right arm up. Keep stepping into that right foot. Keep bending that left knee, tracking it to the left. You can stay here, rotating the left rib cage up toward the ceiling. Or you can come on down, bringing the left hand to the inside of the left foot and reaching that left arm up and over. Sorry, right arm up and over. Tuck the left seat underneath you. Keep stretching out your right side. Now we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up. Next in breath, the spine comes up. Exhale, straighten the legs, release the arms, turn the toes to face center. Nice job. So now we're gonna go back to the right. So we're gonna do heel, 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 arch alignment once again. Right heel, left arch. We're gonna bend the right knee. Take a nice tuck to that right seat. I'm gonna bring the right arm to the right quadricep or right hand to the inside of the right foot. Get that right rib cage to the inside of your right thigh. Reach your left arm up. So either way, you can stay here. Lean back a little bit. Now start to take that left arm behind you. Connect to your breath. So you can either be with your forearm to your thigh, your hand down, or those of you who can, you're going to take that right hand, take it behind you, turn the palm out, go up your hip, reach your left arm behind you, and bind. You can bind interlacing the fingers or wrapping your right hand around your left wrist. Connect to your breath. Imagine you could wring yourself out. You can stay here, or those of you who want to can do a bound triangle by straightening out your right leg. Lean back into your supporting limb. Connect to your breath. Just a couple more breaths. So you're either bent knee or straight knee. Good, now we're going to exhale, bend the right knee. Bring the right hand down. If you were in that previous bound position, reach your left arm up. So now instead of going back to center, we're going to frame the right foot. Right hand to the outside of the right foot, left hand to the inside. I'm walking my right foot out so that I have a heel-heel alignment. I'm going to draw my right hip back, straighten my right leg, and turn my left foot a little more centered. Notice that my heel is down. So now I'm squaring over my right thigh. I have my fingertips to the mat. If I can't touch the mat and I don't have blocks, I'm taking my hands to the shin. If I have blocks, I'm placing my hands on the blocks. Right hip back, left hip forward, lengthen through both sides of the waist, feel a nice hamstring stretch. Just a couple more breaths here. Maybe exhale, hinge at the hips, and fold. You can walk your arms forward here, draw the forehead toward or to the shin. Breathe. Keep drawing the right hip back, lengthen both sides of the waist, connect to your breath. Keep driving that left heel down. Good, now we're going to walk the wrists underneath the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, bend that right knee. Staying here, tuck the right seat underneath. You're going to sweep your arms forward. Inhale, come up to warrior one. So your right hip is drawing back, right rib cage is back, right shoulder is back. Keep pressing into the pinky toe side of your left foot. Keep squaring your hips and shoulders. Good, now we inhale, straighten the right leg. Then exhale, turn to face center, hands to hips. So your hips should be feeling a little more open right now. So now we're going to start off turning the left heel in, toes out, front heel, back arch alignment. I'm going to exhale, bend that left knee, lift your chest, pull the belly in. Now we're going to exhale, hinge, left forearm to the left thigh, right arm rises. So you can stay here, or you can go ahead, snake left arm down the left leg. Breathe, you can stay here, stacking shoulder over the wrist over the shoulder, or opening up a little bit to get a chest stretch. Those of you who can, snake your left arm underneath you, turn the palm out, reach your right arm behind you, and bind by interlacing your fingers or catching your right wrist with your left hand. Keep leaning back here. Keep tucking the left seat underneath you, dragging the right heel away. Connect to your breath. Now, if you'd like to, you can go ahead and make this a bound triangle by straightening out your leg and keep trying to aim your chest towards center. So notice I'm trying to draw my right shoulder back and square my chest out. It's a lot of work going on here. Just a couple more breaths. Good, now we're going to exhale, bend the left knee, get down deep. Left hand down to the inside of the left foot, right arm rises. Connect to your breath. Now instead of coming up, we're going to frame that left leg and we're going to step the left foot out to the left a little bit. That right heel is going to turn out a little more, toes a little more forward. You're going to straighten out the left leg, lifting and lengthening your spine. Remember, you can always take your hands to your shin if you don't have a block and you can't come down to the ground, or if you have blocks, use your blocks. Left hip back, right hip forward. Feel the stretch in the hamstring. Left hamstring, pull your belly in. Now exhale, hinge and fold, and maybe walk your arms forward. Perhaps the chin or the forehead goes to the shin. Keep squaring the hips. Breathe. So we're at a front heel, back heel alignment. Just a few more breaths. I actually quite like this pose. Now we're going to inhale, bring the spine halfway up. Exhale, bend the left knee, so it's heel-heel alignment. Draw the shoulders back. Inhale, come up to warrior one. Left hip back, left rib cage back, left shoulder back. Open up the chest, drive the right heel away from you, connect to your breath. Keep trying to square the shoulders over those hips. Now inhale, straighten out the left leg. Return the entire body to center. Keeping the toes pointing forward this time. Toes in line with one another. Hands to your hips. You're going to exhale, hinge from the hips, and fold. Let those heels track a little bit open here. Let your head hang. Interlace your fingers, draw the knuckles up and over. Some of you may be able to get your forehead down. Try not to change, or get your top crown of your head down. Try not to change the position of your legs. Just stay there, hips over the ankles, and breathe. Feel the inner thighs work. Feel the outer calves stretch. Pull your belly in. Try to send the buttocks up. Keeping the hands interlaced, we're going to exhale, bring the hands to the small of the back. Then inhale, bring the spine halfway up, hands to hips. Heel toe, both feet in, once or twice. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Bend your knees deeply. Lift your spine up, tailbone straight down. Take a moment, hands to your quads, coming into your horse pose or goddess pose. And shift left and right a little bit. Connect to your breath here. Maybe the hands slide down to the knees. Now find your center point, stay there. Keep tracking the outer knees toward the pinky toe sides of the feet. Get low, pull the belly in, lift your chest. Holding here. So we're not holding the breath, we're just holding the pose. Notice how my arches are lifting, right? I'm really engaging into the belly, up the legs. 2 more slow breath cycles. Now inhale, straighten out the legs. Hands to your hips, heel toe, your feet, back in to hip width and parallel. Take a big exhale from the crown of the head to your feet. Relax your arms. Mountain pose. Shake your shoulders out. Lifting and lowering the shoulders. Now we're going to place the hands on the quads, soften the knees. Exhale, hinge and fold. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Step one foot in front of the other. Come to a cross-legged seat. Take a moment here in your cross-legged seat to root down into your seat. To relax the shoulders. To shake yourself out a little bit. Rest your hands on your lap. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now we're going to bring the chin back to center. Let's go ahead, extend the right leg out to the right, flex your right foot. Bring the left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. And what I'd like you to do is position your shoulders directly over your hip points. Flex that right foot, keep the right kneecap up, maybe pull the flesh out from beneath both butt cheeks. Press the left foot into the right inner thigh. Notice that I'm in between the legs. Hands to the mat. Keep those right toes up. We're going to exhale, hinge, and fold. And come down onto your palms, onto your forearms, or keeping both buttocks down, see if you can maybe bring your forehead to the mat. Keep even weight in both sits bones. Now we're going to slowly inhale, come back up, exhale, take the right arm to the outside of the left thigh. Left arm is behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Good, one more time. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return the spine to center. Let's switch our legs out. So we're going to go ahead and bring the right leg in, the left leg out. And flex the left foot. Bring the right sole of the foot to the left inner thigh. Now we're tracking the shoulders directly over the hips, actively flexing the left foot. Pull the flesh out from beneath both butt cheeks. Hands to the mat. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. You can keep your hands to the mat. Forearms, elbows to the mat or as, and if you find space, fold down. Maybe the forehead touches down to the ground. Keep both buttocks down. Good, now we're going to inhale, bring the spine back up. Let's exhale, rotate the upper body to the right, left arm to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, add a gentle twist. And again, inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, gentle twist. Let's inhale, return to center. Let's go back to a cross-legged seat. So because I wanted to keep this class at about 30-35 minutes, and I wanted us to do Hatha yoga, I started us off on our back, so I'm going to end our class sitting upright. Not a traditional class, not a vinyasa class, just a gentle approach, yet a deep approach to some of our warriors. We did warrior 2, we did triangle, we did warrior 1, we did hinging forward folds, we did downward facing dog, amongst other things. Rest your hands on your lap, close your eyes, find your breath. Take a moment, bring the palms together in prayer, bow your chin towards your chest, and practice gratitude, grateful for someone and something this day. Om Shanti, Om Peace to each of you. So remembering that there are different ways that we can practice yoga, different approaches, so it's nice to kind of try different styles. I made this as well-rounded a class as I could within the 30 to 35 minute span. What I encourage you to do is explore working on the long side of the mat and seeing how you can come into poses, specifically and particularly on days when maybe your low back is feeling a little tight and going through the flow is a bit much. Being mindful that you want to practice to the best of your ability without pushing. So every time you do yoga, remember to back up if you feel any pain or any sensations that feel a little bit uncomfortable. So in yoga, you want to feel a deep, dull ache in the stretches, but you don't want to feel any sharp shooting pains. If you feel sharp shooting pains, I'm going to ask you to back up and either retry the pose or maybe make the pose smaller. And always remember, avoid going to the ego space where we judge what we're doing, okay? Thank you for taking class with me. If you enjoyed what you did, please feel free to share this with others. If you enjoyed and you want to give a donation, you can always PayPal me at Yogini, YOGINI 4877 @gmail.com, or Venmo me at Alejandra, ALEJANDRA dash, not the underscore, the dash. Buzz Alaska, B as in boy, OZZOLA, S as in Sam, C as in cat, O. Look forward to working with you some more, and feel free to reach out. My email is yogini4877 @gmail.com, YOGINI 4877 @gmail.com with any yoga, Pilates, bar, or fitness related questions. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Namaste.